Time now for Talk of the Town, and I'm here with Brady King. Nick Rothschild is off, BK, because his son Ezra celebrated his first birthday on Sunday.
Yes, that's a big one. Happy birthday, Ezzy!
All right, let's talk Broncos, shall we, BK? Because we're coming off a week where the Broncos signed Courtland Sutton and Zack to big deals. And Brady, this tells me a lot about the organization because you heard from Zack and Courtland. Their first thing was, hey, I want to thank the Broncos for handling this negotiation in a classy way, and thanks to this organization. I mean, there was never anything in the media or anything in social media, nothing negative about these negotiations. They just signed, and then everybody was happy.
Yeah, 6 major extensions in the past 13 months, obviously 2 big ones this past week. I think this says a lot about both the ownership group and the players that they have. I think the ownership group has built trust with Shawn Payeyton, and all the players have said they felt like they were valued and that they trusted that things were going to work out. And then on the players' side of things, Courtland Sutton, I love that he mentioned the last thing he wants to be is a distraction. So these guys, even though their deals were in the works, were still out there at camp, still competing. So I think it just says a lot of good things about the trajectory of this program.
Well, Brady, we sound like Broncos cheerleaders here, right? I mean, but seriously, they are building it the right way. From the owners down to the team, a first-class organization, not just signing good players, and that's great to see. And then we got a question from Instagram here. We, of course, like your voice heard here on Talk of the Town. This one from Carson Bootsjost. Who will the Broncos sign next? And that's a very good question because there is one more guy that they have to take care of here in the near future.
Yes. If you were listening to Shawn Payeyton this past week, he made it pretty obvious that there were 3 big signings they wanted to take care of this offseason. Obviously, one of those was Courtland Sutton, check. Zack, check. And next up is Nick Bonito. He's on his last year of his rookie deal, led the team in sacks with 13.5 last year, has gotten better year after year. So if you're the Broncos, this is a young guy that you want to lock up for the long term.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Bonito, probably the base start for him is $20 million a year, maybe a 4-year deal for $100 million. Micah Parsons and Trey Hendrickson are out there, 2 of the top edge rushers in the NFL. So maybe he waits and just sees what they get. He's not going to get what those guys are going to get paid, but he's going to get somewhere close. So I think Bonito at $20 million a year would be a fantastic signing.
Yeah, this market is certainly working in his favor.
All right, we got another comment. This one from a Nuggets fan on Instagram, Alex Hazen, who's a season ticket holder. She asked the question, how many more years will Jokic choose to play? Well, this is coming from kind of big news last week when DeMarcus Cousins, former Nuggets player, went on a podcast and said Joker told him he felt like he wanted to retire back in 2022 and just go, he said, lay in the valley with his horses. DeMarcus told him he's crazy, sign his extension. Joker signed that extension for 5 years and $276 million. So this is old news, but it's new because we get new insight from a former teammate of Joker's.
Yeah, Lionel, it's obviously cool to hear from one of Nikola Jokic's former teammates. However, they did only play together 1 year, and I think the narrative that Nikola Jokic doesn't care is not true. Watch him play, watch him coach up his teammates on the sideline. This guy cares. I will say he's not been shy about viewing basketball for what it is to him, a job. Would he rather spend his free time in Serbia with his horses and his family? Probably. But with that being said, he still has 3 years left on this deal, a 3-year extension worth $200 million on the table. And by pausing his contract talks to next summer, he can make an extra $77 million. So I think we have a good 4 to 5 years left of this Nikola Jokic magic. At least I hope so.
I think the shocking thing about this was Boogie Cousins saying, Jokic told me he doesn't care and he wants to retire at the end of this contract. And that's kind of like, ooh, alarms going off. Yeah. But he did sign another deal. And I've talked to sources inside the Nuggets organization. They haven't gotten any indication from Joker himself that he feels like he's not dedicated to continuing to play and won't sign another extension. And again, it goes back also to, I'm not signing an extension this year. Oh, yeah, that would have been 3 years, $212 million. Wait till next year, 4 years, $290 million. Of course he's not going to sign it. So I don't think there's any reason to worry about Nikola Jokic not signing an extension next year and not continuing to play for the Denver Nuggets.
Since that comment has been made, he's now a 3-time MVP. He's got an NBA championship under his belt, and this new front office has been busy building around him so that they stay in this championship window. So I think we still have some glory days left of Nikola Jokic, which is a good sign.
He'll make $55 million next season and then sign an extension for $290 million. He's not passing that up.
Give us 4 to 5 more years. You can buy as many horses as you want with that money.
All right, thanks, Brady. Now we're going to take a break, but coming up, we're going to talk about the Rapids. Huge match tonight against Tijuana. And then the legend Marcelo Balboa is going to have his jersey retired. Those stories next on Denver 7 Sports.